What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Axe Creation. Today in this lesson we are going to talk about how we can use chords to visualize the fretboard a little bit more and maybe come up with some cool melodic sounding riffs. So as a lot of you guys know, I love playing chords, right? And you'll rarely find me playing a simple bar chord or major chord. I'm usually always searching for new and interesting chord voicings that kind of resonate with the sound that I'm looking for, right? And I've talked about this in other lessons, but I love using what we could consider a shell voicing, right? So it's just the root, the third, and the seventh. And I love creating riffs that use those notes because they tend to connect melodically, all right? And so one thing that you can do to help learn the fretboard is to take these small shell voicings. You can even use triads, and you should use triads, and move the same chord pattern that you're playing with all around the neck. And then you can start slowly building little pieces of the fretboard together and base them around larger and larger chords, and maybe even your scale and arpeggio patterns. And that kind of opens up and gives you a little more freedom as you're coming up with ideas, right? Melodic ideas. So let me show you some of the chords that I was playing before, okay? So like I said, we're using a shell voicing, and I'm basically basing it in the key of D major, right? So we're in 5th position. I'm standard tuning, by the way, and if you want to follow along with some of the tabs, you can find the link down below for PDF and Guitar Pro of the entire example, all right? So the shell voicing we're going to be playing is for the major chord is this one. And again, I've talked about these chords before in previous lessons, right? So we're on 5th string, A string, 5, 4, 6. And that's our root, third, and 7th. And I love that chord, I love that voicing, because I love the tension you get from the major 7 to the root. It sounds really nice, very usable tension. It's not like an ugly or harsh tension in any way. And a cool little trick is, if I play a major chord, I can go up 2 whole steps, right? And play a minor version of that chord, which is 9, 7, 9. And you're essentially getting a first inversion of this chord. Now, if you're familiar with your chord scales, you'll quickly realize that yes, I'm playing my 1 chord to my 3 chord, right? And that sounds really nice. Right? But again, for me, I won't play something like that. I just don't do it, right? So I like to search for more interesting voicings, and I'd rather go I like doing stuff like that, okay? So I can go up 2 whole steps, and I can play a minor one, or if I'm on the root, I can go down 3 scale tones, or a minor third, 4 frets, right, and play a minor chord. Right, so that's what I'm doing in that example. I'm kind of playing around with those ideas. I can either, like I said, let me repeat myself, if I'm playing a major chord, I can go up a major third and play minor, or if I'm playing my major chord, I can go down a minor third and play minor. So major, minor, and surrounding a major chord with 2 minor chords, right? So now we can take that and play it in different octaves. Right now, maybe I come up with ideas, melodic ideas that are based off chord shapes rather than scale shapes, and that might sound a little more interesting. Right? Now the same thing goes for minor chords, right? If I'm playing a minor chord, I'll play D minor, just stick in similar frets. If I'm playing a D minor chord, I can go up a minor third and play a major chord, or down a major third and play a major chord. So it's the opposite, it's like literally the mirror opposite of what we're talking about here. All right, so that works really well too. I like doing that kind of stuff. Cool. So you can use these little tiny shapes to kind of build your vision across the fretboard. Connect the same chords, same harmony in different areas of the fretboard. And again, hopefully it kind of opens up your fretboard freedom, if you will. All right. So there were some cool chord substitutions that I was using, right? In the example that I played in the beginning, I was playing this D major, and then I would move it down to the B. But in between that, I would play, right, adding a little tension. Right? And I like that because, again, you can hear the melody in the chords. Right, that's my little fill. And again, where am I coming up with those ideas? Again, it's based off this minor chord. And that leads me right back to what I was doing. Okay, so here I'm substituting, instead of playing the minor chord, I'm introducing some more tension, and I'm actually playing a dominant chord, right, which is a major third and a flat 7 or a whole step behind. And here I'm playing a cool augmented chord, right, 8, 7, 6. Right, which is kind of taken from like a harmonic minor. So if I think about, I'm playing maybe the D minor or the F sharp minor. Right, we can have some fun with some chord harmony, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just making, substituting some tension in there. And I'm just kind of going up that scale, and then I'm kind of repeating similar chords, similar idea, but now I'm starting on the B minor. Another really great chord voicing I love here, right, which is the minor 9 chord. Starting on our D string, it's 9, 7, 10, 9. It's a nice variation of, or. And then I'm taking that augmented chord and playing it here. And then I'm playing an F sharp minor chord, minor 7 chord on the top 4 strings. And this is another reason why you should take these little chord voices and put them up on the high strings, because as guitar players, we tend to play everything low. Excuse me. And I feel like the first 4 strings, chords on the first 4 strings are highly neglected in our vocabulary. So this is a nice way to kind of expand on them a little bit. And then I just repeated, same idea, just an octave higher. Again, another little trick. If you come up with a melodic idea, play it in different places around the neck, right? Different string sets. Your finger pattern is going to be slightly different. The texture or the tone is going to be slightly different as well. And then I just took literally the same chord progression. So this major chord on this string set is 12, 11, 14. The dominant one is, was that 16, 15, 17? And then the augmented one is 15, 14, 14. And then I work it backwards. Literally the same thing. Alright? A lot of fun doing those kind of things. Like I said, you come up with really fun melodic ideas and connections all over the fretboard. So hopefully this helps you guys kind of open up and give you some new vision or knowledge on the fretboard as you work through it on your own. Like I said, the tabs can be found in the description below, PDF and Guitar Pro. And as always, let me know what you come up with. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.